This is the Star Wars The Black Series Rey Island Journey. The figure is part of Wave 15, I think, of these Black Series figures. Here's a quick look at the packaging. Very cool, nothing to it. Same as the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi Black Series boxes. And boy, definitely one of the best figures I've seen in the sequel trilogy line of Black Series figures. I absolutely love this figure. I've been waiting for this figure. I thought they would release it as a last minute thing to The Force Awakens, but they didn't, and I'm so glad they released it in time for the Last Jedi Black Series of figures. So let's get into the details before we gush out too much, before I keep gushing about this figure and just boring you guys to death. Okay, let's start with the accessories she has. First off, she has the pistol that Han Solo had given her, and I'll give you a close-up look on that. Very nice sculpted pistol, and nice silver paint apps. I gotta show you guys the other one. Okay, the one from the Jedi training figure is this. So there's a bit of a difference, if you ask me. It's this one is a little bit more shinier, I think, or it's just an illusion created by the light. Probably just is. It looks exactly the same, but oh no, it's not. It's actually smaller. Can you believe it? Yep. It's a tad bit smaller. And you can see even the grain, the grooves on the pistol are different. This is much more, there's a finer sculpting on this new pistol than the old one. And yeah, definitely it's a new pistol. I thought it was just a repack. It's much smaller, definitely fits the holster better. So interesting take on that. Okay, let's talk about the staff. She does come with her signature weapon. Just stand her up like there. My bad. Okay, talk about the staff. And again, I am going to show you guys the staff that came with the Jedi training Rey. And as you can see, let me just block that off for a bit. Okay, the paint is different, obviously. This one is a shinier type of black. This one is more gray. Even the strap is a lot more caramel on this one than this one. Even the white, this is sort of powder white. This is sort of ivory white. Different, but sculpt wise, I have a feeling it's the exact same one. I wished they would have done a staff with a removable strap. I would have really appreciated that. But they still haven't done that for us. So, okay, on to the lightsaber that she has with her. Okay, and this lightsaber, different blade again. I'm going to show you the blade that came with the Jedi training Rey. It's more purple with the Jedi training, and this one is a lot more blue. It's a deeper kind of blue. I've seen this a lot with the toys, with the role-play lightsaber toys, and the Rey lightsaber, it's exactly the same one that Anakin had, that was passed on to Luke, that Luke lost on Bespin, and somehow it's a darker shade of blue when it came to Rey for the toys and the role play. So yeah, talk about the hilt. Hilt looks to be exactly the same. Let me focus on that. Very slight differences in paint apps, but I think, yeah, like this is a lot more shoddy. The one from the Jedi training, this just the paint looks like to be just slapped on, even the gold. Whereas the one from the Island Journey, there's a little bit more finesse in applying the paint apps. Look at that, better detail, a little bit more polished in terms of craftsmanship, or in terms of how the paint apps have been applied. But it looks to be the same mold. Okay, we'll talk about the lightsaber. Well, okay, let's talk about it now. You can pop the blade, and it has a flared peg, so you don't have to worry about it being lost or anything like that. Okay, onto the figure again. Figure is great. She has a poncho, but unfortunately the the fabric where the hood, the end of the hood is has been sewed on to the back of the cape. I think that's to keep it down. So you could pose it that way, you don't have to worry about it flying off like that. But the downside of that is that when you want to put the cowl on top of her head, it kind of gives it that big, it pops up that rear part of the cape, and it looks like she's got a backpack on her. So you can cut it, use a blade, use a very sharp knife or something like that, just slightly cut off those strings. It's an easy thing. I don't want to do it. I want to preserve the figure as it is. Maybe if I get a second one, I'd probably do that. And yes, you can remove the poncho. It's made of a nice thick fabric, not the translucent one. So very nice. And here is Rey without the poncho. So it's a very nice Force Awakens rendition of her. Back that up. Very, very cool. I love the detail on her. She's got a lot of shiny washed. The wash has been applied, obviously for some of the wrappings on her. A little bit shiny. I would have wished it would be more matte, but yeah, some really nice detail on her vest, resistance vest. So very, very cool. Can you remove the vest? I think you can, but I'm not gonna do it because it's gonna warp it and all that. I'm not good at removing things. So let's give a look at the first Awakens Rey with BB. This is the one that came with the BB-8 and the one that came with the lightsaber, the revision. As you can see, it looks like Daisy Ridley, this one, but the eyes are just a little bit different, a little bit more cartoony on this one. But for this one, it's, as you can see, it's a lot closer to the expression of Daisy Ridley. And I do love it. I like it so much. It's bordering on Figure Arts. Figure Arts is obviously still probably the better figure, but I love the scale of the Black Series, and this head sculpt really I think can match that Figure Arts head sculpt better than this one, obviously. And you know, I didn't think they could improve it anymore because it was very difficult, I think, to mold it. The hair, still, they made better details on it. Look at that. The details of the hair, I love it on this one. Even the color, this is more burgundy, this is more of the grayish brown, so really liking it. She does appear thinner, as you can see. She's got more muscles here, I suppose. Maybe being stuck on the island eating fish and all that made her thinner. But from the side, it looks like this one is thinner. But from the front, it looks like this one is thinner. So, bit of a change. She has a little bit of a darker pink tone to her skin. This one is more pasty. The straps, still there. Holster. No holster on this one. And the boots look to be very similar, but again, the Island Journey Rey looks to be much thinner. So, yep. Okay. All right. Now let's compare her with the Jedi Training Rey, and wow. Put that down. They're both good, but really pretty looking sculpts, but the eyes on this one are really what sells it. I have not opened up the Toys R Us exclusive Rey yet. Toys R Us, Target, Toys R Us, and maybe that one is a better, has more blush on it, but just the sculpt alone, this one I think does a better job depicting Daisy Ridley. The mold is different. The arms, they look the same, but I feel they're different. As you can see, with the hinge joint. Even the fists, this one has a thicker molded fist on it. This one's very, very thin. Yep, they scale really nicely with each other. Very, very nice. So great detail on the figure. Absolutely fantastic paint apps. Let's talk about articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. That's on a hinge. Go up and down. There is a ball joint for the waist. I thought this was a single piece. Apparently it's not. So this part of the fabric is molded in. This one is the soft PVC material, just like the vest. Ball hinge shoulders, no bicep swivel. It's got a ball hinge elbow, but it allows you to bend it just slightly more than 90 degrees, but 100 degrees, 110 degrees. ball hinge wrists, but this one, since this is the saber hand, it can go up and down, whereas this one can go in and out, much like a G.I. Joe figure before. Ball jointed hips. It's got a thigh swivel. The holster is glued on to that thigh, so make sure you don't twist it too much. And that's part of the tunic, that's part of the soft goods part of the figure. This one you can rotate as you please. Double jointed knees that go all the way to that, and ball hinge ankles that have the pivot, the ankle pivot. So all in all, a very, very nice rendition, quite possibly my favorite Rey figure to date. I have not opened up the one with the base, the crate Rey. Maybe if I open up, I'll do another comparison, but as it is, this is a wonderful, wonderful figure. She is packed 1 per case, so best of luck to people looking for it on retail. You can order it online if you wish. But as it is, it's great. It's great. I'm sure a lot of collectors will be going for this. So there you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. And what would a video, what would a video review be without ending this particular figure review with what everybody wanting to do since The Force Awakens. This I guess we got to show this, right? And him, Rey, just giving that lightsaber back to its original master, after Darth Vader, of course. Luke Skywalker. That's, oh man. Been wanting to do that for a long time. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed this video review. This has been the Star Wars The Black Series, the 6-inch scale Rey Island Journey. Thanks for watching.